Hello, hello. Welcome to I Got My Miracle. I'm so excited to be here with Christy. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for joining us today. Each week at Rythmia, we ask one person who kind of represents the field of miracles that occurred this week to share a little bit. And Christy was gracious enough to say yes. So I'm so grateful. Thank you for being here. And tell me, how was your week at Rythmia?
So I had a fantastic week. Um, it was definitely not what I expected. Um, I came here just to say a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
Um, from the San Francisco Bay Area. Just turned 50 years old.
All right.
So
Congratulations. Happy
this,
birthday.
thank you. So this was a big birthday present for myself. This was something that I promised myself was the big number that when I turned 50, this was I was going to make a change in my life.
And it was a big thing for you to do this because
Yeah.
as you shared with me, you're a bartender.
I'm a bartender and I wait tables. I've been doing this for the last 20 years in this business. My drug addiction and my alcohol, mostly drug addiction, started back when I was at 14, 15 years old. And I've been struggling with it my entire life through in and out of rehabs, different, nothing's ever worked for me. I definitely believe it's because I carry around a lot of sadness and a lot of pain, which just keeps me stuck and to keep on using and using. And, so for the past 20 years, it's been mostly alcohol. And so that was why I came here. It was A, to quit alcohol. This was like my last attempt. And B, I just knew that I wanted to heal. I told everybody when they said, why are you going to Costa Rica? Can't you go 2 hours away? You can go to Carmel, you can go for a quarter the price, half the price. And I just knew that this had a calling for me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this was going to be the reason. And I just told everybody, I said, I want to see what the best version of myself looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, ever seen that. It's always been with drugs and it's always been with alcohol. I've always been embarrassed myself, done whatever, just in shameful situations, just, one thing after another that just kept piling up and piling up. So every day I walk around and my sadness is right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me one wrong question, it's like, boom, suddenly the tears are right there. It's like and I couldn't keep it down any longer. It just kept festering and bubbling. And I thought, I just want to come here. And people talked about a miracle. And I said, I have to give this a shot. If other people can get a miracle, maybe I can get a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm here.
I'm so grateful you're here.
Yeah.
So, wow, that was so articulate. So you came here, and what did you discover? What did you discover about yourself? What did you discover about the sadness?
So what was really interesting, I'll just talk about my miracle a little bit. It happened on my third day of ceremony. I was wasn't sure, a couple of things had happened. And I was like, I don't know, man, maybe it's for everybody else, but not for me. I'm different than everybody else. I don't deserve a miracle. I've just punished myself. It's just not. And anyway, on my third day of ceremony, when I realized I addressed my pain and how badly I wanted to heal, and I figured what it would look like would be me getting on all fours, just crying and getting it all out, and my tears, and people coming by and patting me and saying, "Oh, you're okay." And I just had this whole thing of what it would look like for me to heal. And what turned out in ceremony was the absolute opposite, which blew my mind. And it was something, when I was there, I had the realization that my soul didn't want me to suffer anymore. I had suffered enough in my life. I had cried enough tears. I have punished myself enough. I have said enough bad things. And what came through for me was love. And that's what happened. And I just found myself in the middle of my ceremony feeling this over gratitude of love and peace and warmth and acceptance. When they talk about merging your soul, I pictured a little girl. And suddenly I was that little girl, and I was listening to the music, and I had this urge. I wanted to get up and I wanted to dance. And I did. And I followed that. And I danced for hours that night. And I danced like nobody was watching, because nobody was. But it really resonated with me. It was suddenly I felt free. Suddenly I wasn't worried about what other people were thinking of me. Suddenly I wasn't angry at this person and jealous of this person. Suddenly I was just okay with me. And I can't explain it to anybody. I couldn't, I begin to try to talk about it. And it was a feeling that came over me.
Did you have any memories that came up during the week of like the moments when you started to, that moment that had you, moment or series of moments in life that had you withdrawal, that had you think there was something wrong with you?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, so memories were coming up from childhood?
Oh yeah. I mean, but I've thought about these before, but there's definitely a lot of things that led up to my life that made me feel that I wasn't okay. I mean, they're kind of personal. I don't know if I want to dive too much into them.
You don't have to.
But there was definitely moments where I could see, oh yeah, I remember definitely retreating here. I remember, feeling resentful here, the jealousy, overcome with jealousy, because of a situation, getting rejected from somebody that I really loved a lot.
Did you feel those feelings again in ceremony? Like as the memory came up, you felt
Sure.
what you felt?
Oh yeah.
And I just want to kind of curiosity, because so many people come here and say, and I too have had the experience of, I've had these memories, like things that came up for me in ceremony weren't suppressed memories that I'd forgotten. They were memories that I had before, but they were just the memory without the feeling.
Right.
And it was when the memory came up and I felt like I felt when it happened, that was the healing. And I'm wondering if that was the same for you, that you said, like, I knew these things. I knew these things made up who I was.
Well, I looked at it in a different way when they came up. It was before, when I would think about these feelings, I'd have a lot of negativity around it, where it was like, you deserve that. They left you because of this. Or, I think about a best friend of mine that I grew up with. And when I was a child, that, we split ways, and it was very painful for me. She was my best friend. And, just different things that happened in school. And, but instead of looking at it like in that way that when you really don't like yourself, and just, instead I was looking at it from a place of being that young girl and that little girl. And, no, there wasn't anything wrong with me. And I never looked at it in that kind of way before. And that's what rythmia taught me, is a different way of looking at things. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with me.
And that's it.
And these are things that triggered my using throughout my years, because I thought there was something wrong with me. I found drugs through school that helped me get through school, helped me get through situations, because I didn't have to feel those feelings of rejection or pain, or, and so then it just snowballs and things get worse and worse and worse and worse. And so being able to go back and start addressing that and healing the very beginning of that, and seeing where, and looking at it like that I wasn't to blame, it wasn't my fault, really helped me to heal.
Well, I mean, because that's the story, right? That we're broken. Like underneath it all is I need fixing.
Yeah.
I need to fix this. There's something wrong with me. I'm broken.
Yeah.
And you got to rewrite that story.
That's right.
That I'm not broken, and I wasn't broken then, and I didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Like it could have been unfair.
Right.
But your relationship to it now, it's like you're healing. You just healed your relationship to the past.
Right.
It's like we don't heal the past; we heal our relationship to it.
And the past is something that has kept me stuck forever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talk to anybody that knows me and loves me, I always end up falling back on the past, and they'll say, "Well, forget about it." I can't forget about it. It's I can't get over it. It sticks with me. I haven't been able to heal it, and that's been keeping me stuck all these years. And it just feels so good to not feel that way, to unpack the cart, like you say, to unhook it.
Yes.
And I can move forward and leave it back there. And I no longer have to be a slave to those feelings.
Give me a high five on that.
So it is a miracle. It is. I'm so excited to share my story when I get home. I've been talking to my boyfriend. I've been talking to my mom every single day throughout my journey here at Rythmia. And I just can't wait to start implementing and changing my life and making these small little changes and steps. And
what are the things that you think you're going to change?
Well, the first thing that I'm going to do when I get home, I know this might sound silly, but I'm going to declutter my apartment.
Oh, yes. I'm a Virgo, so
I'm a Virgo too.
Really?
Yes.
When's your birthday?
September 2nd.
I'm September 15th.
Oh my gosh.
Happy belated
well, there
birthday.
we go.
Yeah.
But I was doing yoga this morning. It was really strange. And suddenly I started crying. And I was like, why am I crying during yoga? I mean, I don't understand, but I was having a moment of clarity. I think because I was meditating too. And suddenly it popped into my mind, you've got to clean your apartment out. I mean, I walked through there and it's like immediately I feel anxiety. There's just stuff everywhere and I can't seem to unpack it. There's just every drawer is filled to the top. Every book that I've read for the past 30 years, I can't get rid of. Why? Why can't I want to declutter, because then maybe I'll keep my mind clear.
Well, there's an ancient principle, as within, so without. As above, so below, as within. So our inward experience is reflected in our exterior, outward experience. And you just shared about how you couldn't unpack.
I couldn't unpack
the pain.
Right.
You couldn't unpack the feelings, and you were able to do that. And now there's this impetus to have your outer world reflect. Right. Like now I can actually unpack this stuff
in my
apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still living in some boxes that, I mean, I've been in my apartment for 7 years. I mean, it's like, it's crazy. It's like holding on to the past. It's holding on to books that I love, but I read a long time ago. But why do I need, I just declutter.
Okay, well, on that note, I would just get a bigger library. Okay? You don't have to throw books away.
But I could donate them, right? I could just clear out space. They talk about here at Rythmia, making space for yourself. That's what the shaman was talking about. You got to create space within so you can hear yourself and feel your body. And I was like, God, I really need to do that, but I need to create some space in my own personal life.
Beautiful.
So there's just a lot of little revelations that I've made, and I want to start meditating. I mean, I can't do it all at once. I know that they say take it easy, but there's just my ideas are firing and popping, and I just want to make so many little changes in my life.
Well, bringing divine order into your life is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And the divine order starts when you start in one area. It starts reflecting out into the other area. So for you, the call right now is my space, my living space, my home environment. So bringing divine order into your home will then help you bring divine order into your finances, and bring divine order into your relationships, and bring divine order into your body temple. And it just starts to bring divine order into your spiritual practice, which you just started to refer to.
Yeah.
And you're going to have the Our Life app,
yes,
which is our integration app that we have that's going to help you with meditation and breath work and yoga, and there's additional support on there for you, so you'll be supported as you head back
and
home.
wonderful music.
And great
I'm really
music.
Excited about the music because that really moved me a lot.
So the music and ceremony,
I mean, powerful. I just I get chills thinking about it. Loved it. Love the music. So,
there was recorded music and live music.
The live music is but I like both of it. But I don't think you get the live music on the app.
No. But the live music is so special.
Oh my God, it's so special. There's just so many. Unless you experience it yourself, it's really hard to say it all and just it's.
But as you
so cool.
use those playlists, it takes you back in the ceremony. Like you get that feeling, or it keeps you feeling connected. Like the music keeps you feeling connected to the medicine. One of the ways.
Yeah.
Right. Your meditation and your breath work will help you stay connected. And taking care of your body will help you stay connected.
Yeah.
But definitely the music. Yeah. I want to ask you some other things that you loved about the experience here. So we talked about the ceremony, and we talked about yoga. What about some of the other modalities that we use? What were some of your, was it meeting the people? Was it the food? Was it the meditations or the breath work? Or?
Well, I actually, I found the classes to be absolutely. I mean, your class is really great. I'm not just saying that because you're here, but
I didn't pay her to say that.
Yeah. But just so interesting, I mean, it was just, I mean, you're getting the best of the best, teaching you really some wonderful techniques, the stuff that you wouldn't even think about, how to cope and why you are the way you are, it just made so much sense clicking. And so I found the classes to be very informative. I love the people that were here.
Right.
It's really fun to stay connected, and you just build wonderful bonds, just feeling of just, and it's also such a beautiful place to relax in, feeling safe, not having any worries, having meals prepared for you, the best food. So it kind of was a combination, but I love the classes, whole thing. It all ties together.
Thank you. I think the classes really help. I think that's what makes Rythmia different.
That's right. I mean, it's not just like you're going to some kind of class. I mean, this is these are really professional people teaching wonderful coping mechanisms. But
really, it's designed to help you process what you went through in ceremony.
Yeah.
Right. So there's integration classes, but then the metaphysical classes, Dr. Jeff's class on the science behind ayahuasca, the psychology behind what we're doing.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
And it really helps to people to process, right? We got to work, when you were in class, I might have been working with somebody, but one-on-one with them in front of the class.
Right.
And everybody was getting nuggets for themselves.
When you were talking about empaths, And I really resonated with that, especially, in my line of profession, as a bartender, believe it or not, I listen to a lot of people.
Totally.
And people dump a lot of crap on me, and it's really easy to just take all that home, which I have, and not only do I have my own problems, but now I'm taking everybody else's problems with me. And, so you really broke it down. And I found that lecture to be extremely informative. And when you were talking to somebody else, I can relate.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody can get something out of what you're talking about.
It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you had a good week. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're excited to go home.
Well, I'm coming back. So
Yay!
yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We look forward to having you back. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your week, and we hope to see you at Rythmia.
All right.
Blessings. Thank you.